You want to have a conversation about transparency. Let me ask you a question. Do you have any idea where the $22 billion that the Department of Health and Human Services provided to illegal aliens under Joe Biden is right now? 22 billion with the B. That's enough to provide a free house to every homeless veteran in America. Where's the $22 billion? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Joe Biden just spent it, and now it's gone. Transparency begins with having an accounting of where every federal dollar is spent. And God bless President Trump for leading this effort.
So where did the money go? Where did the $22 billion, where did it go? No one knows where the money went. Every day we are seeing fraud, waste, and abuse exposed to us. They're exposing where our tax dollars, how much tax dollars they're collecting from us, but no one is telling us what they're doing with that amount of money. $22 billion, and people are still out there complaining about Elon. Someone's out there exposing waste, fraud, and abuse to your tax dollars, and you're out there um, complaining, rioting, causing chaos. Make it make sense. Now let's take a look at my favorite artist, Ben Gerson. So um, in this artwork, he explains that the President Trump is getting blamed for the market going down. His reciprocal tariffs triggered the fall, but the real reason is the stock market has been going up steadily for way, way too long. Easy money from the Fed has pumped up the markets to stratospheric levels. Now the unfair trade balance should have been fixed many decades ago. Like Trump said, many presidents before him could have fixed it but didn't, probably because they didn't want to upset apple carts and cause market instability and anger from our allies. Now, if you look at this, you can see the market going down, whee, and then you have him using words like, oh, the markets have been tariffed. So President Trump posted this on X, and he said, "We have massive financial deficits with China, the European Union, and many others. The only way this problem can be cured is with tariffs, which are now bringing tens of billions of dollars into the United States. They are already in effect, and a beautiful thing to behold. The surplus with these countries has grown during the presidency of Sleepy Joe. We are going to reverse it and reverse it quickly. Someday, people will realize that tariffs for the United States of America are a very beautiful thing." As you already know, the US is a consumer market with people buying tons of stuff, about 70% of the economy. It does import more than it exports, but then the United States also produces farming, tech, and energy, but leans more towards consuming. Okay, now in this video, where is my video? Marco Rubio, the next video that I'm going to show you, Marco Rubio explains the tariffs and what that means to the US economy and the idea of bringing back manufacturing into the US and um, creating more jobs. Uh,
Consumer market in the world, and yet the only thing we export is services. And we need to stop that. We need to get back to a time where we're a country that can make things, and to do that we have to reset the global order of trade.
And the other part of my question.
Well, the worst thing is to leave it the way it is forever. I mean, just can't continue. We can't continue to be a country that doesn't make things. We have to be able to make things to provide jobs for Americans. That's it. It's that simple. China is an example. I mean, it's outrageous. I mean, they don't consume anything. All they do is export and flood and distort markets in addition to all the tariffs and barriers they put in place. So the president rightly has concluded that the current status of global trade is bad for America and good for a bunch of other people, and he's going to reset it. And he's
So, as you can see, there's a lot of fraud, abuse, and waste being exposed. But on the other side, you have holy weird. There's a lot of things being exposed in Hollywood. We had Terrence Howard who appeared in the PBD podcast and had a lot to say about these Diddy parties and what's going on in Holy Weird. Let's watch.
What? They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role.
So if you notice, there's a lot of people that they spend so much time attacking the Trump administration. And you have people like Rosie O'Donnell who have left and are in Sweden now, and Ellen DeGeneres who have left as well. And then you have all these guys constantly attacking the Trump administration or anyone on the right, right? Let's hear what they have to say about these parties.
Party like a Diddy party, so yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that's up.
Here, and I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now
So all these people that attend those parties that we've heard about and where children are abused, women are abused, they're the same people that are constantly attacking this administration because they're being exposed. All of them are being exposed. You have a lot of, I mean, I can name tens of actors that have come forward to expose these people. Remember the Weinstein case? People brushed it under the rug. He's in prison now. And then there was the case with what's his name? The designer from Canada, Peter Nygard, who is in prison now for abusing young girls. And then you have China McClain from Disney, whose parents pulled them out of Hollywood because they saw what was going on. There's so much being exposed, right? I think this is a great time to be alive. It really is because what we are seeing, thank goodness for the internet, because these are things that have been happening for decades, okay? But because of the internet, and you know, these people, these billionaires created this internet, but they just didn't know how far it was going to take them. They just didn't know that what they created was going to help expose them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there's a lot going on. Fraud, waste, and abuse are being exposed. Hollywood is out talking. You have Terrence Howard, who is exposing the abuse that some actors and actresses have to go through in Hollywood. And these are things that we've known for years, and now everything is coming to light. And I don't know, we'll see where all this exposure goes, what happens if we know that some people in Hollywood are facing prison time, like Weinstein and Peter Nygard, and there's a bunch of others. And hopefully these people can be held accountable for the things that they've done to children and women and other men as well. All right, that's all I have for you today. And if you like my videos or if they're giving any value, if they have any value to you, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And I will see you in my next video. And please keep reading, keep listening, and most importantly, keep an open mind. Bye-bye.